This structure that you see right here in front of us was one of the original waiters' dining rooms. Was up above. We used to call it the round room. It was actually where the waiters would have their dining, where they would eat their meals. Where we're standing here now, this used to be Jack's Restaurant, and a portion of it was actually one of our ballrooms. So we are reinforcing this pagoda structure, which you'll see from the exterior. On this level down here, this is actually going to become our pool bar with a connector to our new outdoor resort pool complex. And then on the upper level, we're creating a 1,200 square foot suite, presidential suite, that will be in this octagonal structure in the pagoda. What you're looking at here that's covered and draped in the plastic, and these panels here appear to be marble, but they're actually plaster with a very, very thin layer on the top level, and the process is called scagliola. And scagliola is a process that was lost in the early 1900s because the artisans really almost kept it secret. And there's very few individuals left in the United States today that can reproduce this product, and we have one of those individuals with us involved with the Conrad Schmidt Studios. So these panels on the wall that were damaged over the past 100 years are actually been completely remade by hand over at the West Baden Hotel, and then brought over here into panels like this and affixed. What you're looking at up above, all of this area was simply just painted an off-white color when we arrived. They started on stripping down the paint on these columns, which we originally thought were painted columns, and got through about 9 layers of paint, and underneath it unveiled this scagliola, which has been painstakingly restored to its original luster and grandeur. So this is going to be an absolutely stunning lobby when we open up on December 1st. Original to restored. Certainly appreciate your time today and coming out and seeing all the exciting things that we're doing down here in French Lake and West Baden. We couldn't be more excited about making a positive impact in not only this community, but this region as a whole and on all of southwestern Indiana. We're going to be opening, as I said, on December 1st of this year, and as we walk throughout, hopefully you weren't overwhelmed on the level that we still have to do, because just 60 days ago was a world of difference as well. So we're right on schedule for our December 1st opening. Couldn't be more excited about December 1st to get here. Obviously lots and lots of work to do with a restoration. Takes time, patience, and we have both of those right now because we're right on schedule and for our December 1st opening.
Total investment in the project is about $382 million. That includes the West Baden Springs Resort, all the new construction, as well as the French Lake Springs Resort improvements. The ownership group is called Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a joint venture between Orange County Holdings LLC and Loth Resorts and Casino LLC. Those two organizations have joined forces to create Blue Sky Resorts, who is the ownership group. When we talk about a number of employees, we use two terms. One of them is called FTEs, or full-time equivalents. So those are numbers that you associate when you try to budget for employees. And when we talk about just bodies, we're probably going to have close to 1,600 employees between all three of the areas, between the casino, the French Lake Springs Resort, and the West Baden Springs Resort. And that also encompasses, the 2 golf courses as well. to be hosting job fairs in the region. Our most recent job fair is June 9th and 10th. It's going to be held at the Springs Valley Middle School Gymnasium. On Friday, June 9th, the job fair is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturday we're once again there from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Up until about the 1st of June, we've really been focusing on working with vendors that are either directly related to the construction field or vendors that are directly related to what we call FF&E purchases, which would be furniture, fixtures, and equipment. The actual tables and chairs and desks and the actual equipment that we need to have in the building of the day of occupancy. We are also ongoing and developing relationships today with vendors that we need to be successful once we're open, whether it's the vendor of choice for our sodas, whether Coke or Pepsi, talking with both of those groups, talking with other interested parties that are interested in leasing retail space from us and having those discussions ongoing now. We're also speaking with any of the groups that are interested in getting involved long term, and that could be comedy clubs and some of those things. So those have been ongoing discussions. As we start to really shift towards our discussions with individual vendors like food vendors and wine purveyors and those types of things, those really start hot and heavy in June as we prepare for our December 1st opening. When we're going to be opening, we'll have 442 rooms and suites at the French Lick Springs Resort and Casino, and we'll have 244 rooms at the West Baden Springs Resort. West Baden will be opening June 15th of 2007, and as I said, we're planning on an opening of all of the resort amenities by December 1st of this year, 2006. Rate structure, as we call it, at the French Lick property, rooms rates will run about $119 to $139 what we call midweek, and that's going to be Sunday through Thursday. And then on Friday and Saturday evenings, you'll see room rates from approximately $169 to $209 at the French Lick Springs property. And then as we look towards the opening of the West Baden Springs Resort, you're going to see, to oversimplify it, approximately a 20 to 25% premium. So above whatever the prevailing rate structure is that's ongoing at French Lick. What we're saying for the French Lick property, we would like, honestly, to attain a 4-diamond rating for both of the properties. Okay. The 5-diamond rating and the 5-star rating is a very, very difficult rating to attain, and we'd certainly be honored to join that very elite group. And there's a small possibility we could do that at the West Baden, 5-diamond. But when you look at the two, we're really looking to be a 3.5 diamond to 4-diamond property at French Lick, and it's certainly a minimum of a 4-diamond and to a 4.5 diamond property at the West Baden Springs property. The villas that are currently there behind the resort right now are not owned or operated by us, and I couldn't speak to exactly what their plans are, but there is conversation ongoing with master developers to have us look into adding 120 fractional share ownership units on the 3,400 acres that are part of the project owned by Blue Sky. Mm-hmm. We have not finalized any plan as of today where we can say that this is the plan moving forward, and we can announce it this time. But certainly something that we're very interested in is adding a residential component as part of this beautiful destination resort. There we have 3 golf courses that we'll have at the end of the project. The first one is called the Donald Ross Golf Course. It's the historic course. Many here in the valley know it as the Hill Course. So our historic Donald Ross course will have the opening August 1st of 2006. They'll be completely restored, new irrigation systems, new bunkers, new cart paths. The Donald Ross course. In addition to that, as many used to know as the Valley course, up above is the Hill course, and this is the Valley course down below. which was a Thomas Bindelow design course. Our plan is to be opening in May of 2007 to restore 9 holes of the Valley course, as well as a new state-of-the-art driving range. And then our final course that is actively under construction is the Pete Dye Golf Course, and that is up on the top of the hill on our property at Mount Airy.
Right.
And the clubhouse will be the former Mount Airy Mansion, and that will be just a stunning, stellar golf experience. As with all 3, each will be individually unique.
Right.
We're very excited about adding a Pete Dye course to our portfolio, which will be opening in April of 2008. The area that is behind the resort and behind the spa, where the ballroom used to reside, the power plant, the old Pluto bottling plant, those areas back there where those were non-supporting structures, as well as the old meeting space that have been taken out. We're going to be building a new beautiful pool complex. Back there will encompass a indoor pool. It's about 34 feet across with a nice beautiful fountain in the center of it. We'll have a connection into the building. And also a nice pool bar, and then a fairly rectangular shaped exterior pool there as well. So there'll be both an indoor pool and an outdoor pool at French Lick. At West Baden, we're also going to be constructing a new pool complex. It'll be a replica of the natatorium that once stood at that structure, and it'll be an indoor pool with a swim through underneath the glass to an outdoor pool at the West Baden Springs Resort. We are relocating our stables. We have 36 horses here at the property. We have beautiful areas for horseback riding. They're currently now located up at Mount Airy, and those stable operations will be relocated to an area in a pasture down below the West Baden Springs Resort. And we'll be opening up our stable operations, be moving this year during 2006, and be opening up for the season in 2007. The entire bowling alley area was going to be refurbished. We have 6 bowling lanes, and as well as the arcade. Down there also is a small bar, and as I said, kind of the kids area for the arcade. So that area will be completely restored. If you think about all of the French Lick Springs Resort and all the West Baden Springs Resort, there really won't be a single square foot that has not been touched, either completely restored or renovated, or in addition to the new construction. So if you had all of those together, the new construction and all the restored areas, it's about 1.2 million square feet. won't be anything as elaborate as a moving sidewalk. We are making some headway to create a walking path as well as a cart path that we'll be utilizing to connect the two properties back on back at State Road 25, which sits behind the two. There'll be a portion of that road back there which we'll be using as our cart paths. We really want everyone to enjoy the entire area as a destination resort. So we want to make sure that there's seamless connectivity between the two. As of today, when we'll be opening in the latter part of this year, it's going to be used through transportation, through step-on vans, step-on buses as example. We have spoken and are interested in one of our Phase 2 operations to actually take one of the railroad spurs, bring it around to the front of the casino near the valet area. So we can actually have rail car service between French Lick and the West Baden Springs Resort. The only two road questions that we're aware of, that I'm personally aware of, that we are actively involved with, not from a management side, but is the raising of the road bed at State Road 56, which is the area out in front of the French Lick Springs Resort, down to the bridge, about 30 feet past the bridge heading north on 56, as well as the elevation of State Road 25, County Road 25, which runs around behind the resort, raising the road beds up on both of those roadways. I know that the town council, who's led by Barry Weininger, is working very diligently in coming up with a revitalization plan of the French Lick downtown area. It's been presented. We're certainly supportive of that project and are working with the actual town of French Lick on some land acquisition that's currently owned by the Blue Sky Venture, where one of our parking lots sits now, to ease in that facility and create a beautiful, bustling downtown area for the town of French Lick. The actual, we're actually not going to have a formalized dress code for any of the areas other than our gourmet dining room, which is our steakhouse, which will have a dress code. The overall feel of the resort, of a destination resort, lends itself to be a little more casually elegant, but as well as the casino itself. But there will be no formalized, dress codes at this time that we're going to be enforcing. As part of our event center and our wedding space, we have our largest ballroom, which is 13,300 square feet, which can hold about over 1,000 individuals for a banquet, which is obviously going to be a little bit large for most weddings. But we also have another beautiful junior ballroom, which is 6,700 square feet, that'll host about 400 to 500 in that ballroom. And so we see utilizing some of that space quite a bit for weddings. Weddings and catering events are going to be very important to us on our overall operations. Also, the grounds at West Baden, once construction is over in June of '07, will also be another beautiful venue for outdoor and destination weddings. We really see this as the opportunity to have destination weddings where the wedding is held here, and there's 20 to 40 guest rooms associated with it, and they have the reception, and then maybe Sunday brunch the next day. So it's going to be just a great opportunity for brides in this region to have a very, very memorable and a lifetime experience, a long-lasting experience of the most important days of their lives. The event center, we specialize in meetings, in corporate meetings, and meeting and serving the meeting needs of corporate America. Fortune 1000 and their peripheral companies. We sell something here exclusively, which is called the Benchmark Conference Plan. One rate that includes breakfast, lunch, dinner, continuous refreshment breaks, your guest room, as well as allocations for audiovisual and your meeting space. So we really service the meeting needs, and that's the true intent of the design of the event center, is to be a destination meetings facility. It will also, especially the large ballroom, will double as a venue for us to bring in level B acts and sometimes some level A acts for entertainment as well. What is the Plaster Shack?
Plaster Shack.
Oh, the Plaster Shack is an area that has just been, it actually was the Habig meeting room and will be converted back into the Habig boardroom. And it's just an area that we have denoted inside the hotel where T&M Plastering is actually handcrafting and replicas of the detailed cornice work and other wainscoting and other types of plaster that we're replacing all throughout the structure. So we just created the Habig room actually is into the Plaster Shack. On site they can duplicate that, as well as on site we're actually doing the replication of the scagliola process, which when you come into the lobby appears to be marble, but it's actually a plaster application with strands of raw silk being pulled through it, and that's an ancient process, not ancient, pardon me, a process that really lost the artisans who could do it well back in the early 1900s, and we have a gentleman here that's does know that art and is sharing it, and we're recreating that scagliola in the lobby.